Hello friends, and welcome back to my cottage. In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys how we created custom wooden cedar shutters for the exterior of our home's windows. We got the whole family involved on this project, and I'm so excited to show you guys the final results. So pour yourself a cup of hot coffee or a cup of hot tea, and let's get to creating these shutters. Every one of our home improvement or DIY projects always starts with a trip to Menards. We really should take up stock in this store. We are there so much. Here my husband is buying 1x4 and 1x6 boards, and these are the two sizes required for the types of shutters that we'll be making. So here he's just checking to see if the boards are warped or bowed in any way, because you want to make sure that all your boards are flat and as straight as possible. And of course we bought a few other things for a few other projects that we have going on as well. Here my husband is using an electric router to give the edges of our wood that curved round shape. I wanted each board to be independent of each other and not lay flush together. I wanted you to be able to see that we were using 3 boards and not just look like one big piece of wood. So using a router really allows for you to get a fancy design on the edge of your wood and to make some beautiful creations. It has many settings, and you can just make so many beautiful designs using this simple little tool. I'll have it linked in the description box below. So here my husband has all of the boards cut to size. You want to measure your windows and make sure that you're cutting your boards to the size of your windows. You want to make sure that you're using your router if you want those fancy edges. And then you want to make sure that you sand all of the boards front and back so you have that smooth finish for a more elegant look. And here is what we're using to stain the boards with. We're using a semi-transparent deck stain in the color Cordovan Brown. So I chose a deck stain because it is an exterior stain, and it's going to hold up in the rain and snow and all that weather. And it's going to protect my boards from rotting much earlier than what they should. I applied one coat with a sponge brush. Sponge brushes work best when applying stain, in my opinion. And of course I used a semi-transparent stain so that you could see that wood grain show through, which is also what I wanted. I did not want my shutters to look like they were painted. So when you're choosing a stain, make sure it's semi-transparent if you're wanting that wood grain to show through. Next, I'm using a Minwax polyurethane. It says that this is clear semi-gloss, but it is not. It actually dries with an amber colored finish. So you also want to make sure that you are aware of how your polyurethane is going to dry. They do have some that will dry clear. I chose to get the amber color because I wanted those wooden colors to really pop out, and the amber color allowed that. Here I'm using a Purdy paintbrush, which I also purchased from Menards, and the Purdy paintbrushes are my go-to brush for every project I do, whether it's paintings or, you know, applying a finish coat, whatever. They do not shed that much. They are soft and durable, and really just the best paintbrush I have ever used, in my opinion. And so again, I'm doing each board individually instead of putting them all together. And so staining and putting the final coat individually allows for each board to be protected instead of putting them all together and then just doing it as one big wooden piece. And now my husband is putting our boards together. We chose to use 3 of the 1x6 boards together. Those were a good size for our windows. And he is attaching the 1x4 board using exterior screws, and he's attaching those from the underneath so that you don't see them from the front here. So he's attaching these 1x4 boards about a foot from each end of the shutter, and he is clamping those down so that they stay in place while he screws them together. Next, he is pre-drilling holes for the screws that will go into the brick on each side of our window. So you want to make sure that you pre-drill your holes. This is an important step because it prevents cracking and your wood from splitting when you're driving those screws through to attach them to your home. And here he is also pre-drilling out a place where the screw head will lay, so that it lays flush into the wood and doesn't protrude out. So again, pre-drilling is very important. We also pre-drilled our brick, or well, I didn't, my husband did. So again, this just allows for a smooth transition through the wood and through the brick to make sure that your shutter gets hung up correctly. And of course, it started raining during this project, but my husband was still able to get up there and get it all done, and he did it by himself with no help from me because obviously I was the one behind the camera. But that pre-drilling really made this project a lot easier. And also, as you can see, we did not finish our landscaping before this project. We knew we would be in the flower beds and did not want to mess up any new flowers. So we did this project before we finished our landscaping. And here is the final result. All of our shutters are hung up and they're just absolutely beautiful. And they were the perfect finishing touch for the exterior of our home. They really made our windows pop, they made our brick pop, and as you can see, our landscaping is also finished. I have a video on how we redid our landscaping and all the flowers that I used in a previous video if you'd like to check that out. So here you can see in the corner some before pictures of our home. It is a ranch style brick home, which was very orange and red in color. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that I decorate my home in a French country cottage theme, and I wanted to bring that French country look to the exterior of our home as well. So we did that by lime washing our brick in a Romabio beige colored lime wash, and then we painted our siding, we painted our soffit, our gutters. Pretty much this whole house got a new color applied to the outside. We stained our doors, our garage doors, everything. And we really wanted to bring those neutral, natural tones to the outside of our home and just give it that cottage feel. And then of course these wooden shutters just helped to give us more of that French country cottage look that we were going for. We also added new exterior lights around our doors and even around our garage, and I will post those in the description as well. We are also working on a video of how we lime washed and painted the exterior of our home. My husband and I did this all by ourselves. We do have some experience in exterior painting and interior painting as well, So it's not for everyone to take on this project themselves. You do need to have a little bit of skill and a little bit of know-how, as it is a daunting project, and it took us about a year to complete this. But it's not impossible, and you can do it as well. So we hope to have that video up soon and show you guys how we completely renovated the exterior of our home. The Lord will send a blessing on your barns and on everything you put your hand to. The Lord your God will bless you in the land he is giving you. Deuteronomy 28 in verse 8. Thank you so much, friends, for watching, subscribing, and commenting. Have a great day.